Jeremy Powers won his 4th US National Cyclocross title back in January of 2016, and this is the bike that he'll be using for the 2016-17 season. It's his Focus Mares cyclocross bike in a size medium. As you'd expect for a US National Champion, there are quite a few stars and stripes on show. But I have to say, I do think they've done quite a good job. It's certainly not too in your face. Now, one thing I do like about this frame set is that at the forks there, it has got internal cable routing for the hydraulic disc, which we'll talk about fairly shortly. It does certainly make things a hell of a lot neater there at the front. Focus have got their own technology in terms of the through axles at the front and rear. It's called RAT, or Rapid Axle Technology, and it's supposed to make getting the wheels in and out that bit easier. Although that's not really of too much concern to cyclocross riders, since if they need to change bike, they can just do so at the pit lane. Jeremy this year will be running the full and brand new SRAM Red eTap Hydro group set with those hydraulic disc brakes, and he's chosen to put a couple of their blips there in the centre of the handlebars by the stem at the front, which is going to make it a lot easier for him when he's on the tops if he needs to change gear to get that better cadence. Now, he's running a cassette which runs from 11 up through to 26, so not a huge range for a rider that's riding off-road, and he's got 36 by 46 chain rings here at the front. Wheels are provided by Zipp. He's got a whole range, as all cyclocross riders do, to choose from throughout the year, but currently, before the race he's doing later on this afternoon, he seems to have opted for the shallow 202 version. On the wheels are FMB's prototype Aspire Racing tyres, relatively slick grip here on top and just a few knobbles on the side, so he'll be using these for the very fast courses that he comes across this season. Pedals on Jeremy's bikes are provided by Crank Brothers. He's got the Candy 11s down there. He's running a Fizik saddle up here, the Aliante BS. It's also Fizik who provide the handlebar tape up there at the front. In terms of the rest of the finishing kit, well, he's got a Zipp SL Speed seat post, also the handlebars and stem as well. That's an 11cm carbon stem that he's got up there at the front. Now, I have been taking some measurements of the bike. It's 172.5mm cranks that he's got on here. The distance from the centre of the bottom bracket there up to roughly where he sits in the saddle is 73cm. Then the reach from the tip of the saddle to the centre of the stem is 53cm. You will notice though that he has got his shifters fairly highly rotated on the bars, which is quite common amongst cyclocross riders to give them a bit more stability over the rough stuff. Although that is accentuated slightly by the fact that the Hydro SRAM shifters there do have a slightly sharper and higher edge to them there at the end. Well, I think it's about time that we weighed this bike, which is something I'm yet to do. 7.6 kilograms on the dot. One thing I did fail to mention earlier actually is that the Focus frame does have a rather substantial chain guard just down here, which goes almost the entire way around the chainstay there, so no chance of his chain falling off from the little sprocket down on towards the frame itself. Now, if you would like to see our entire Pro Bike playlist, we've got it right here for you on this side over here. On the other hand, if you would like to see the little video that we did with Jeremy Powers at a Belgian cyclocross race last year, you can see that in the bottom corner there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well by clicking on the globe.